Hi everyone. Thank you. I'm ridiculously nervous, even though I actually know most of you, because I don't really do the stand up and speak thing because I talk too much. So I need to get shut up. There's just two things I wanted to say really. The first is that a few years ago, when my daughter was born, my eldest daughter, who's now 9, my partner decided that he needed to learn a little bit about feminism and what that means and what being a dad to a little girl in 2014 actually meant. And so he educated himself before any of us really knew what that meant. And he started harping on to me about this community that were vying for equal rights and etc. And I fobbed him off and said, look, when women's rights are equal and when women have equality in law, in society, in jobs, in domestic situations, then everyone will have equality. And anyone else that's vying for equality at the moment, they don't need their own bandwagon because we've got one. And it's been going for over 100 years. It's been strong for over 100 years. And that is all that matters. Equality, if we really want equality in this world, regardless of what groups we're talking about or who deserves it, whether we're talking about Black Lives Matter or anti-Semitism or trans agendas or women's rights, if what we're going for is equality, then that is all that matters. What other people are going for at the moment is not equality, it's not equity, and it's not rights, it's privileges. And they do not get privileges over the rights of me, my mother, my aunt, my niece, my sister, and my daughters. No one gets that privilege over our rights. The second thing I wanted to say is about religion, because this kind of goes really, really deep for me. The community I grew up in acknowledges the differences between men and women very, very strongly. Women are second-class citizens. We are not entitled to do the things that men are entitled to do. We are not allowed to read from holy books. We are not allowed to touch holy books. We are not even allowed to sit in synagogue with men in case we are menstruating, because that makes us somehow unclean. I grew up having this down my throat constantly and consistently. I was always reminded that boys had something, a right, that girls did not and would not ever have. My family, my mum and my dad, thank God for them, moved us into the Reform community, where supposedly equality reigns and men and women are treated the same and girls do what boys do. And I had a bat mitzvah in the same way that all my boy peers did, and I read from the Torah and I stood up and I learnt the Hebrew just as all the boys did. It didn't make me any different to them. I wasn't any different to them, and I had every right to do that. The Reform community has decided that those rights for girls don't matter as much as the feelings of the boys that want to be in our spaces. That has broken me, and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm here.